Mother, I see you here. Look, look. Come on, Pearl, let's go to the garden. I want a rose. Hush, hush, child, don't cry. The governor is coming, and the minister along with him.
Look at my garden, Dimmesdale. Look how beautiful my garden is. What have we here? Confess I've never seen the likes of the days of vanity in old King James's time, when I won't esteem in a high favor to be admitted to a court mass. There be a swarm of these small apparitions in holiday time, and we call them children of the Lord misrule. But how such guests into my hall? And what ailed thy mother to visit thee in the strange fashion? Art thou a Christian, child? Ha! Dost thou know thy catechism, or thou art the naughty elves or fairies whom we thought we left behind us with the relics of papistry in merry old England?
I am Mother's child, and my name is Pearl.
Pearl, where is the mother of thine? Ah, I see, the self-shamed child of whom we have speech together, and behold here the unhappy woman, Hester Prynne, her mother. Sayest thou so? Nay, we might have judged the child's mother's. Must be a scarlet woman, a worthy type of her of Babylon. She comes at good time, and we will hear into this matter forthwith. Hester Prynne, hath there been much question concerning thee of late? The point had well discussed whether we, that our authority and influence, do the discharge of our conscience, by trusting in a moral soul, such as there, a yonder child, to guidance of who hath stumbled and fallen at the pitfalls of the world. Speak thou, child's own mother, were it not, thinkest thou, for the little temporal and international welfare, that she be taken out of thy charge, and clad sobriety and disciplined strictly, the instructed in the truths of heaven and earth? What canst thou do for the child in this kind?
I can teach my little Pearl what I've learned from this.
Woman, is thy badge of shame?
Nevertheless, this badge has taught me, it daily teaches me, it is teaching me at this moment, lessons whereof my child may be the wiser and better, they can profit nothing to myself.
I will judge warily. Pearl, thou must take thou instruction, that so, in due season, thou must wear into thy bosom of pearl of great price. Canst thou tell me, child, who made thee? Tell me, child.
I have been made it all. I have been plucked by my mother off the bush of the wild rose tree that grew by the prison door.
This is awful. Here is a child of 3 years old, and she can't tell me who made her? Without question, she is equally in the dark as to get soul. It presents depravity and future destiny. Methinks, gentlemen, we need to inquire no further.
God gave me the child. He gave her in all of all things else which thee had taken from me. She is my happiness. She is my torture. Nonetheless, Pearl keeps me here alive. Pearl punishes me too. See ye not? She is the Scarlet Letter, only capable of being loved, and so endowed with a millionfold the power of retribution of my sin. He shall now take her. I will die first.
My poor woman, the child shall be well cared for, far better than thou can do it.
I gave her into my keeping. Ah! I will not give her up. Speak thou for me. Thou wast my pastor, and hadst charge of my soul. I knowest me better than these men can. I will not lose my child. Speak for me. Thou knowest, for thou hast sympathies which these men lack. Thou knowest what is in my heart, and what are a mother's rights, and how much the stronger they are when the mother has but her child and the Scarlet Letter. Look thou to it. I will not lose my child. Look to it.
There is truth in what she says, truth in what Hester says, and in the feeling which inspires her. God gave her the child, and gave her, too, an instinctive knowledge of its nature and its requirements, both seemingly so peculiar, with no other mortal being can possess. And, moreover, is there not a quality of awful sacredness in the relation between this mother and child?
Aye, how is that, good Master Dimmesdale? Make a plan, I pray you.
It must be even so. For, if we deem it otherwise, do not hereby say that the Heavenly Father, the Creator of all flesh, hath lightly recognized a deed of sin. and made of no account the distinction between unhallowed lust and holy love, this child of its father's guilt and its mother's shame has come from the hand of God, to work in many ways upon her heart, who pleads so earnestly and with such bitterness of the Spirit the right to keep her. It was meant for a blessing, for the one blessing of her life. It was meant, doubtless, the mother herself hath told us, for a retribution to a torture to be felt as many an unthought, of moment, a pang, a sting, an ever-occurring agony. In the midst of a troubled joy, hath she not expressed this thought in the garb of the forechild, so forcibly reminding us that the red symbol which sears her bosom?
Well said again. I feared the woman had no better thought than to be the mountebank of her child.
She recognizes, believe me, the solemn miracle which hath wrought in the existence of that child. And may she feel, too, what methinks is the very truth, that this boon was meant, above all things else, to keep the mother's soul alive, and to preserve her from the blacker depths of sin into which Satan might else have sought to plunge her. Therefore it is good for this poor, sinful woman that she hath an infant immorality, a being capable of eternal joy or sorrow, confided to her care, to be trained up by her righteousness, to remind her at every moment of her fall, but yet to teach her, as if it were by the Creator's sacred pledge, that if she bring the child to heaven, this child also will bring its parents thither. Herein is the sinful mother happier than the sinful father. For Hester Prynne's sake, then, and no less for the child's poor sake, let us leave them as Providence hath seen fit to place them.
You speak, my friend, with strange earnestness.
Indeed.
The badge hath witchcraft her. I profess she needs no old woman's broomstick to file with Earl. She is a strange child, easy for me to see her mother's part in her. Could you give a guess at the father?
Nay, it would be sinful, in such a question, to follow the clue of profane philosophy. Better to fast and pray upon it, and still better, it may be, to leave the mystery as we find it, unless Providence reveal of its own accord thereby. Every good Christian man hath a title to show a father's kindness toward the poor, deserted babe.
Wake Up San Francisco. I'm Tara Haddad, and we're here with Caitlin, Leighton, and Emma, and they're going to be telling us about their roles in the Scarlet Letter movie. Hello. Leighton played Hester, and Emma played Pearl. How you feeling?
Good.
Did you guys enjoy working together?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and we all became really good friends from it.
Caitlin, as Dimsdale, was it hard to defend Hester?
It wasn't hard because it was easy to defend a person that you loved. Hester really loved Pearl, and she was in it by herself, so it was my way of repaying her for covering up my part in the affair.
Leighton, what was the real reason you wanted to bring the embroidered gloves to the governor yourself?
The real reason Hester wanted to go to the governor's hall was because she wanted to talk to the governor about keeping Pearl. She wanted to personally bring the gloves to him with Pearl to show him how well she could take care of him.
Interesting. Emma, why is the scene when you looked into the mirror with Hester significant?
It's significant because when we looked in the mirror, her dress was the same color as the Scarlet Letter, and we wanted to make sure people saw that.
No, me.
I'm Tara Haddad, and we took a look with the Scarlet Letter movie. Thanks, guys. Can't wait for it to come out.
Yeah.